I won't just sit here and tell you that you're worthy and valuable. I also want to help you believe it. Stay with me. Hi, my name is Nnachi and you're on to Talk with MG. Today, I'm going to be telling you 6 important things that you must know about self-worth. Number 1, your self-worth is totally dependent on you as an individual. You solely determine your self-worth. So if you feel valuable and you feel worthy of love and respect, you will be treated that way. However, if you believe that, oh, you're worthless and not worthy of love and respect, you'll be treated in like manner. Just like the law of attraction, what you believe is what you attract. 2, your self-worth is in your being, not in your doing. So it doesn't matter whether or not you have a job right now. It doesn't matter whether or not you're topping in some aspects of your life. Personally, I believe that every human being has an intrinsic value, meaning that the main reason that you're actually a human being that has life and can breathe makes you valuable. 3, loving and accepting yourself is the fastest way to boost your self-worth. Now, let me explain. It's not just okay to accept yourself. No, go beyond accepting yourself to loving yourself. Yeah, you can say, but they mean the same thing. No, they don't mean the same thing. I can give you a piece of clothing and you accept it, but you might never get to wear it. Why? Because you do not love it. Move from accepting that, oh, you're too black, or you're too white, or you're too brown, to loving it and wearing it confidently. Move from saying, I'm too tall, or I'm too short, or I don't have beards, or I don't have deep voice, I don't have broad chest. Move from all those things to actually loving yourself the way you are. If you can't love and accept yourself now that you are fat, you would never love and accept yourself when you are slim. Why? Because you're highly insatiable. So when something comes, you still see reasons not to accept and love it. 4, your self-worth is not dependent on your relationships, failed or successful. Now, this is highly important. You might have invested 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years of your life in a relationship, and then it fails and you go all,
oh my God, all my mates are married. Some are even in serious relationships, and I'm here
jumping from one relationship to another. God, when? But honestly, I want to tell you that your self-worth is not dependent on one's inability to accept you. You're not worthy of love and respect because someone showers you with love and respect. No, you're worthy of love and respect and all good things of life because you were created to be worthy of those things. Stop seeing yourself in the eyes of those who do not value you. You're not unworthy of love. You've not just found the perfect person who is worthy of your love. 5, your self-worth is not dependent on your past, on your mistakes, on the errors that you've made in life. I mean, what is life without mistakes and errors? It's like a child that is learning to walk without actually falling. Yes, people might actually talk about you and talk about your past and rub it in your face, but you have a decision not to be reduced by what these people say about you. 6, your self-worth is not dependent on what people say about you, what people think about you, or how people perceive you. Your self-worth is dependent on how you perceive yourself. It's dangerous to base your self-worth on people's opinions about you. Take, for instance, you go to the office, you're looking all adorable, beautiful, well-dressed, and then your colleague sees you and tells you, oh, MG, you look so beautiful. I love your makeup. And you feel so good within yourself. Your self-confidence is boosted and then you feel worthy. Now, you go to work the next day looking all ravishing, take your time to put on your makeup and lay your hair well. Then you go to the office. And just when you walk past that same colleague, she looks at you and calls out, MG, and you're like, expecting a compliment as usual. And then she goes, could you walk more slowly? Your shoe is so noisy. Wow. And then your self-worth drops because your self-worth was solely dependent on her compliments. So what happens? Just like an inflation price, your self-worth keeps going up and down. Let me tell you this, your self-worth is only permitted to appreciate, not fluctuate or depreciate. Have that in mind. Your self-worth is not even in the number of followers you have on social media. Those things truly do not speak of who you are because those people on social media really, without social media, who are they? How do you think they speak? How do you think they live their lives? Why are you so keen on condemning yourself? Why are you so keen on telling yourself that you're not enough in totality? So stop using those people as a yardstick to measure your self-worth. People actually measure their self-worth based on different things. Some people is their academics, some people is their career, some people is their marriage, some people is their beauty, is their physique. But your self-worth should not be based on all those externalities, because when they are no longer there, what happens? When you lose that job, what happens? When you fail that exam, what happens? So in a situation where you fail an exam, your self-worth shouldn't be so dependent on that examination that you begin to think, oh, I'm a failure. But rather, you put in more effort and more zeal and study harder to pass that examination. Why? Because you're a success story and you're deserving of success. It's highly important to understand your self-worth, because just like Esau in the Bible that failed to understand the worth of his birthright and exchanged it for porridge. When worth is not known, abuse is inevitable. It's just like me carrying this phone and using it as a chopping board. Society today actually has a way of categorizing people: who is most beautiful, who is most wealthy, who is most intelligent, amongst others. But remember that you do not see yourself the way society sees you. You see yourself how God sees you. Romans 12 verse 2 makes us understand that we should not conform to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Do not conform to what society says about you, but be transformed by what God says about you. He says you are loved even when you don't feel it. He calls you his even when you do not belong. He says you are bought with a price. You are beautiful, the apple of his eyes. He calls you his royal priesthood, a holy nation. That is who you are. Don't give anyone a right to make you feel inferior about yourself without your consent. I challenge you today: redefine your worth. For as many as have liked my videos and subscribed to it thus far, I am so grateful. I am so grateful. If this is your first time here, please like this video and subscribe. It will mean the whole world to me. See you next time on Talk with MG. Bye.